I don't know about you folks, but I'm not getting any younger here. And that limp is not an act. Dale busted 2 of my toes last night at 11 p.m. chasing a possum around the yard. One of the best things about gardening is it is one of the few truly fulfilling things that we can do from a very young age to a very old age. But if we want to keep gardening as long as possible, we have to keep our bodies healthy for as long as possible. That's because gardening can involve a lot of lifting, bending, dragging, digging, and pulling. Gardening can be real physical work, and that is a good thing. Light to moderate physical activities help keep our bodies young, but it is very important not to overdo it. The danger in gardening comes from lifting, picking up, and moving heavy things. There are a lot of heavy things that require moving in the garden, like plants, big bags of compost soil and mulch, heavy tools. All it takes is one wrong move to hurt your back or your neck, and that can put you out of commission for a long time. This is why I am obsessed with my new gardening cart. This is easily one of the best purchases I've made in a long time. I bought this garden cart back in 2017, and this little wonder has been working hard for the last 7 years to make my life easier. But my little buddy's at the end of its life. So it is clear that I need a new garden cart in order to make my life easier and save my back so I can keep growing for as long as possible. In fact, they say the secret to living a long, healthy life is to grow fruit to a ripe old age. Oof. I simply cannot live without a garden cart. I have so many potted plants, move so many bags of soil, and so many bales of straw that I would literally be crippled without one. This physical demand happens year-round. Believe it or not, I move heavy plants the most in the winter as I cart my cold-sensitive trees in and out of the garage when the nights get too cold. Every single gardener needs a garden cart in their lives. If you garden, you need a garden cart. It will change your life, and your back will thank you dearly. Now, because of my years of experience, I decided to go big. I got the Rolls-Royce of garden carts. I got the biggest, baddest, nicest garden cart I could possibly find. I mean, just look at this thing. It is an absolute beast. Why did I get the biggest garden cart money could buy? Because I was sick and tired of spending so much time unloading and moving things. My original garden cart could only handle 1 to 2 bales of straw at a time, 1 15-gallon tree pot at a time, or 3 to 4 bags of compost at a time. It took me forever to move and unload and reload things around the yard.
What used to take 5 trips now only takes 1. Now I can load everything in and out of my truck in a single trip. All 5 of these straw bales fit easily into this garden cart with plenty of room to spare. And because it's so well made and high quality, it glides across the ground with ease despite hundreds of pounds loaded in it.
While minimizing the number of trips it will take to unload my truck will no doubt make my life a lot easier, the thing I am most excited about is how much easier it will make it to relocate my container garden. My least favorite task of the entire year is taking all of my big fig trees and then moving them up against the side of my house in the winter and then relocating them from the side of my house back to the middle of my yard in the spring. It is an absolutely grueling task because all of these containers are 15-gallon pots. They are very heavy, and I have about 30 fig trees in these monster containers. And because my old garden cart could only fit 1 of these at a time, each time I'd have to do the fig shuffle, it would take me 30 trips back and forth, and it was absolutely exhausting. Truly a low light of the year for me. I mean, just look at all of these fig trees. There are so many of them. And those aren't the only trees I have to move. I have these coffee plants that are in 10-gallon containers that are pretty heavy. Even more 15-gallon fig tree pots that you could see back here. Not to mention the dozens and dozens of fig tree seedlings I have growing all over my property. So now we're going to get to see how much time I'm going to save. I have a bunch of empty 15-gallon pots right here. Let's see how many of these I can fit inside this garden cart. So there you go. I fit 5 15-gallon pots in here. They are kind of touching, so worst case scenario, it will be 4. So instead of taking 30 trips back and forth, worst case, I'll now have to take 8. Best case, only 6. So this is going to save me all kinds of time. This makes me thrilled. Now, looking at this setup right here, you may be concerned that it would be a lot of work to lift a heavy 15-gallon pot off the ground, lift it this high, clear the sides of the garden cart, and then place it above. Well, don't worry. These sides are actually completely removable. All you have to do is just take these little handles and they will go down like that, and you just pop them right out. So in a matter of seconds, you can take off the sides. So it's obviously going to be a lot easier for you to pick up a pot only this high than to have to clear the entire side. And if you're able to balance things well, you may be able to fit even more things inside this garden cart without the sides on if you don't have to worry about a balance issue. You can use this like a flatbed and carry a tremendous number of straw bales or bags of topsoil or container plants if you're pretty confident they're not going to fall off. And of course, in a matter of seconds, you can simply snap this right back on. While I highly recommend this garden cart, I understand if this cart may be oversized for a lot of gardeners. I mean, just look at this thing. It is gigantic. But I recommend you get the biggest garden cart you can use safely and store safely. While this large garden cart was one of the most expensive garden carts on the market, it still wasn't very expensive. In fact, at the time of making this video, this garden cart is selling on Amazon for only $100 more than this garden cart. I know that's hard to believe, but there seems to be an entry-level cost to garden carts that is fairly significant, but as you go up in size, it only takes small amounts of money to get bigger and bigger. You also tend to get what you pay for in a garden cart. I went with a Gorilla Carts brand cart because while they are more expensive than the knockoff brands, it's only a couple of dollars more, and they really are some of the best carts that money can buy. In fact, about 6.5 years ago, I bought their entry-level Gorilla Carts dump cart, and this is the very cart I used to fill my raised beds when I had this house built. This is an investment that will last you a decade, so I really recommend you getting a good one. The Gorilla Carts do cost more money, but it's not a whole lot more, and the quality is dramatically better. I will place links down in the video description for the carts that I use and recommend. They come in all different sizes, and there is plenty to pick for if you need a smaller cart than this behemoth right here. And by the way, this isn't a sales pitch. I paid for all 3 of these carts 100% with my own money. No one is paying me to say this. All of these pieces of equipment, I believe, are essential to a gardening lifestyle. And if you aren't using one, I know that it can dramatically improve your quality of life and save your back big time. As for the assembly, it was a piece of cake. Because I got the biggest cart possible, the box itself was heavy and a 2-person job to move, but once you unpacked it, it went together easily. I put the whole thing together in my garage in less than an hour. After assembly, I tested it out by loading it with 12 cubic feet of compost and topsoil. It handled the load no problem and pulled like a dream. This would have taken 3 separate trips with my old garden cart, and it would have been more difficult to pull despite this load being 3 times heavier. That is how high quality these carts are. So if you are looking to up your garden game, make your life a lot easier, and save your back, I highly recommend you invest in a garden cart. Like I said, this thing is an absolute beast, and it is my new obsession. I am just in love with it. But if this is too big for you, you can get smaller options that will fit your lifestyle. So everybody, I sure hope you found this video helpful. If you did, please make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and please ring that notification bell so you're notified when I release more videos like these. If you're curious about these items that I featured in the video, like I said, for your convenience, I will place direct links down in the video description, and I will also place a direct link to my Amazon storefront video so you can see everything I use in real life in my garden. While you're down there, please check out my spread shop for custom merch if you want to support the channel. Thank you all so much for watching, and I hope to see all of you again on the next video.
Oh no, my boy is hiding in the guest bathroom. We've had so many thunderstorms since Tropical Storm Debbie. We've gotten over 17 inches of rain in the last 7 days, and Dale is really struggling. A lot of the thunderstorms have been at night, so it's been really hard for all of us to sleep because they've been so loud, and poor Dale has been hiding all day, because we've been getting so many storms, even though the tropical storm's been gone for a long time. So please, everybody, wish Dale some good luck. We have another day or 2 of thunderstorms, and then it's supposed to be a dry pattern after that for about a week. So finally, we'll be able to get some sleep. So Please give your love to my little boy here and hope that we dry out soon so we can stop hiding in the bathroom.